It's red, it's dead, it's hurting me in the head. As intros go, that's not great. Who doesn't love a cowboy? Do you know, it's been so long since I played Red Dead, I can't really remember. Who am I kidding? Yes, I can. It's Arthur Morgan, Marker, Dutch Van Lid, and the crew.
Lenny!
But yeah, so everyone by this time, has played Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2. Yeah, so, no real preamble. We're going to sit here and we're going to compare the two. Did we like them? Did we not like them? Find out. Spoilers ahead.
Yeah, be warned.
Yeah, there will be spoilers, but at this point, if you haven't played the games and you're viewing videos about it, then this is your own fault, really.
Yeah.
Now that I've sold everyone, let's get into it. It's Red Dead 1 versus Red Dead 2. So, cowboying adventures. Red Dead 1, this is straight off the top of my head, I've done no pre-research. Red Dead 1, I cannot remember where it was, but it was John Marston being in the last days of the West, trying to hunt down the old gang of Dutch and the rest, and just trying to make amends for his previous crimes, and then he pops it, doesn't he? He gets a face full of leady.
Yeah.
And then Red Dead 2, it's a prequel, so numbering clearly isn't high on Rockstar's to-do list. You play as Arthur Morgan in the first half of the game. Then you end up playing as Don Marston in the second half of the game. Because when did prologue? Is it prologue? Because it leads into a prologue, doesn't it?
Prologue?
Did it lead into prologue? Epilogue.
Epilogue, that's it.
Those words are always confusing.
Like prologue,
I know.
That's before.
I know, it always confuses me. Yeah. I don't remember when epilogue meant entire second half of fucking game. Honestly. Yeah, you start off as Arthur Morgan, and then you're with the crew, and then end up being John, and then you start off your life, blah blah blah. The two games are similar, but they're also different. So we're going to sit here and we're going to try and figure out what's the best one. If you wanted to sit here and figure out what was the best one, if you really need this in your lives. Or if not, just sit here and listen to our beautiful tones.
Yeah.
No one will judge you.
Yeah.
So, let's start with gameplay. The gameplay is very similar for both, obviously. You've got it's just obviously it's an updated engine for Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
I remember Red Dead 1 being less awkward than Red Dead 2, though.
Yeah, Red Dead 1, I think, for the time, it was, pretty advanced, and some of the traits actually going down to, further Rockstar games like GTA 5. But yeah, it was a bit stiff, but it was quite simple. It was just, cover, all that kind of stuff. It sort of worked, and even, having shooting a gun wasn't, a 3-stage problem.
Yeah, I remember a lot more with Red Dead 2, you're willing him to get in cover. You're sat there going, fucking come on, you dickhead.
Yeah, going to cover.
Yeah, where already R1, I remember that not being such of an issue.
No, it was a bit more simplistic, but it kind of worked.
It did. It was because they all use, I can't remember the name of the engine, Euphoria engine?
Euphoria engine, that's the one, yes.
I hate it so much. I hate it. I know you're pulling a face at me and no one can see that, but I hate it.
Do tell.
Do you know what? It's just...
Do tell.
It's just... It's not how people move, and it's not how people do anything. It's like you... Do you know what it's when you get caught in an animation, and everyone would have seen this animation, when you're kind of stumbling around like jelly arms and jelly legs, and you're trying to control them, and you're busy wandering into things, and then you get knocked over by something, like a passing horse, and you're rolling around on the floor, and it's like, oh my god, what are you doing?
Yeah, they haven't really met a drunk person, because I don't think I've ever seen a drunk person act like... Actually, no, there might have been one or two people who were paralytically drunk.
Never come across someone that turns into the most fucking waving tube things when they're drunk.
Yeah, wacky wave inflatable.
Yeah, them. Yeah, I've never I hate it, and it was a lot more pain in the arse on RDR2, as I remember.
Yeah, because I think, as I was saying, I think between the two, I think like 8 years of tech development have happened, and it's a lot more realistic and annoying.
I don't get it. Like, well, no, I do get it. That's a lie. I do. It's to try and make it somewhat realistic, but I feel like it's so in the other direction to me.
It's a bit. I think what's the phrase? It's like Red Dead 2 is like very technical. Like as a technical piece, it's fucking brilliant. But like, there's just some things that are just like you could turn down a little bit, and it wouldn't have made a difference.
That lines me up with my next point of RDR2 is over-designed as hell. Like, when the bit that sticks in my mind is when you find a new gun and there's a tutorial of cleaning the gun, there's a tutorial of doing something else like this, and then you use the gun and you can see it get dirtier, and then you have to keep cleaning the gun, and then it doesn't fire properly, and it's like, oh my god, like, what's all this admin about?
I think I remember again, like way back, Far Cry 2. Do you remember it? Like,
Yeah.
when, like the guns were degrading. So like,
Yeah.
So like in the middle of a firefight, your gun will just randomly explode. Like, well, I'm fucked.
Yeah, and then you get caught in an annoying ass like circle where you're trying to reload and heal and trying to fix your gun and trying to swap your gun. It's like, just want to shoot the man, just make him go away. Like,
Yeah, I would admit, like, because I think particularly like revolvers, because you have to like rechamber the gun and you can't fire. Which is like, really, I have to manually like.
yeah, it was when you have to clean it, and it was like, your gun isn't working as well. Don't forget to clean it. It's like, fucking hell, like, I don't even put this much effort into like my regular life, like let alone into Arthur Morgan's life, man.
Yeah, I didn't know you were a member of the NRA. Like,
Apparently
wake
I
up!
was.
Right, I need to clean the gun.
Yeah, apparently I was. Like, it was so over-designed, in my opinion. Everyone remembers in RDR2 about the thing about the horse testicles.
And the horse plot.
And the horse plot. And it was like, someone's gone and designed a horse shitting, someone's gone and painted it, someone's gone and found the sounds. And it's like the horse testicles, like, they would sort of enlarge in... This is horrible to say out loud. They would sort of enlarge and sort of go shorter in winter, and it's like if you stood near it, you could see the difference in who the fuck is doing this, by the way.
Yeah, people were trying to find like reference photos, like
yeah, and you could there was difference in the horse testes, and it's like, who the fuck cares? You could get away with not doing that.
yeah.
To me, that's just way too much. Like, it was just over designed for the sake of over designing. I can't imagine anyone going, horse testes, 10 out of 10, game of the year.
Someone probably did.
I think it was Yahtzee that said, if that wasn't in there, that's not going to change the game. No one's going to go, well, it would have been good if there was more testicles.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. And if it's all a lady horse, something it
Yeah.
grew a fifth leg or something.
Yeah. It just blew my mind. Like, it's just baffling. But to me, RDR2 is over designed as fuck, and that's why I think RDR1 leans to being a bit better.
Yeah, I'm always saying, like, RDR2, I think, I'm not going to tell you anything about it, it's a great game. Like, you know, a technical achievement, it's great, you know, story's pretty good, even though, as a prequel, you pretty much know, John Marston's going to survive, Van der Linde's going to survive, and...
It had prequel curse, because you'd sit there and go, I know all these people, and it's like, I can't remember what mission it was, but I think it was like Dutch doing something, and he was in danger or something, and it's, I've got to save Dutch. It's just like, you know, he might die. Like, well, you know he doesn't.
Yeah.
All the tension was gone.
Yeah, as a prequel, like, there was no tension around certain characters. I mean, it was interesting to see how it all, you know, the whole Van der Linde gang completely imploded.
Fell apart, yeah.
It imploded. That was probably the main, what's the word I want to use? Sort of the intrigue to the story, just like...
Yeah, the driving force behind it, yeah. It did, the storytelling is always Rockstar's bag. Like, it was good as it always is. But no, I agree. It did have, in my opinion, prequel problem, which just like you know
can't really get away from.
Yeah, you know what's happening to these characters, so you're not invested. Well, no, that's a
You're
that's a
half
lie.
invested.
You're half invested because any peril they might be in, the train mission. I remember it now. Train mission where John falls off the train, and they assume John dead.
And you'll see. Yes. Oh yeah, I remember it. Yeah, right towards the first half of the game.
Yeah, and they assume him dead, and it's like, but you know he's not.
Yeah.
All tension is gone because you know he's not dead.
Mm.
And that's just my opinion of it being a prequel problem. Maybe that's why I didn't get on with RDR2 as much. But I don't know. It just, to me, it just didn't hit in the same way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I say RDR1. I think if I have to say, and I will say it quite happily on not on camera, but on video.
Recording on my phone, mate. Don't you worry, sunshine.
Yeah, RDR1 has to be for me like sort of one of those games where I can't really find fault in it. Like,
you have to look pretty hard to find one.
Yeah, like if I have to really, really look.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, like story, it sort of like it was bang on tone. Like as I was saying, for like a game from like 2010, it still looks good.
It does. No, it really does. Like, cause wasn't it? It was available on some servers. I can't remember what it was. And it still does hold up now. It still doesn't look as ropey as perhaps it should do.
Yeah, that, and even the Undead Nightmare, where all of video game land decided that zombies were the next best.
Oh, it was Control, C and V. Although I liked Undead Nightmare, I thought it was actually really good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
It was one of those things where it shouldn't have worked, but it did.
Yeah.
But I did really like it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, my kind of next step is both games, I don't know how controversial this is, bored the fuck out of me. I was so bored playing both because there's nothing to do. You use RDR2 as an example. They say about this massive ass map, and they go, it's bigger than GTA's, and it's got all this shit to do. There's nothing to do. You go between one town to another, and there's nothing. It's just big ass field. And there's just nothing to do. Maybe some rebel will try and stop you.
Oh yeah.
And then you end up getting a shootout. To me, that wasn't fun. That was just fucking annoying.
That was just admin.
Yeah.
The one thing I do find like really weird that just has no tension. Like every so often, like when you want to try and get like, you set up your camp and you get visited by gang members who have all the. Honestly, my brain's gone fucked.
Yeah.
My brain's gone fucked. Like basically, just say, oh, how you doing? Like, don't go around these areas, bye.
Yeah.
And you're like, Jesus Christ, just
don't
bother.
Yeah, there was a lot of it that was just, I don't know, like a lot of emptiness. If you compare GTA to it, GTA there's a lot of stuff to do on the way, and even if there isn't anything to do, you've at least got the radio stations that keep you just a little bit more entertained.
Yeah, but I think that's more echoes of the time where, say the Wild West, it. Like, it's not complete civilised land. There wasn't, like, cities every 10, 15 months. So there was a lot of empty stuff. Yeah, I think it's more of an acquired taste. Like, like GTA, there was, like, the radio station, so you could...
Yeah.
So there was stuff like that, whereas GTA is quite... not GTA, Red Dead. They sort of blur into one.
Yeah, they do after a while, yeah.
Blur into one. Like, with Red Dead, like... It was just peace and quiet and just... Yeah, I was just thinking, like, with that, I think it was more of an acquired taste.
It was, yeah. It just wasn't my taste. And I feel like... I don't know, I truth be, I didn't finish RDR2. I got to...
RDR1, you got the ending spoiled and you went, well, I can't...
Oh my god, who told me that? Was it Ben? I think it was Ben. I'm trying to remember it. Yeah, no, it was. Because No, it wasn't... Oh, it doesn't matter who it was. I think I'm going to blame Ben. Where I said, I haven't finished it yet, don't talk about it. And it was with a group of friends. And then it was like, yeah. And then, literally in the same breath, they went, I can't believe he died. It's like, fuck, motherfucker. And then I just didn't finish it.
Yeah.
And the second one I didn't finish because I was bored shitless. I got to the bit where I stopped where you were building John Marston's house. And I was like, I'm like, what, 15, 20 hours into this, and I'm fucking building a fucking house. I'm pressing like A to nail in nails, and oh my god, what am I doing? And I was like, I'm done, and I just YouTubed the ending.
Yeah. I've finished both. But yeah, like RDR2's epilogue was a bit like, that could be cut down into like 6 hours at best.
It could have been a cutscene at best.
Yeah.
As in, not all of it, but when you escape with John and then you're on that farm and start doing mindless minigames, and then you start doing odd random bits, and then you're like, I've just watched Arthur die. Oh, spoiler.
Yeah.
Arthur's just crocked it. And now I'm doing this. Like, what the piss?
Mm.
It just did not have to be there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But that leads me back to my RDR2 being over-designed debate.
Yeah, it ties back into it.
Pointed in with a needy little bow. I guess the last thing to cover, online. I would say you probably played both online more than I did.
Yes, I played both. RDR2 on Red Dead Redemption Online really, I suppose, efficiently. I would say if you play GTA Online, it's sort of in that similar boat. Like, you play it, you find, there's all this kind of nice stuff, and then you can put it away for 3 months because it's sort of that grind-a-thon, like, here's a new thing, how do you get it? Well, you can grind through it, or you can go through...
Yeah, but me and you fall in the same category as GTA, of like, you could play it, you could go from not playing it for months, go back to it for a night and go, yeah, this is alright, and then just not play it again.
Yeah.
Like, it's still the same shit. Like, I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but they're the type of games online that if you enjoy just dicking about, then they're probably your bag. If you enjoy just kind of like just making your friend's life just a bit of a pain in the arse just because you keep killing their horse, then it's great. But other than that, that's probably, again, why I'm probably not the right audience for it, just because I was bored shitless. I was fucking bored. But whatever. We'll end it here, because otherwise this is just going to be a year and a half.
So basically, RDR1's the more fun one, but RDR2 is still really good, really, so we'll just...
Yeah, so what we've done is wasted 20 minutes of your time now.
Yeah. Yeah. Happy as hell.
Yeah, so it's not like RDR2 isn't good, in our opinion. I'm speaking for you now.
Yeah.
RDR1's better, and it's not as over-designed, which I feel like is RDR2's problem.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. But if you liked us, if you liked it, if you didn't, let us know in the comments. And we will see you in the next one. Don't forget to do all the like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, or like us on Facebook, whatever. And we'll see you in the next one. Toodles.